From the floor of the CME Group, this is Danny Riley with today's mid-morning update. And the name of this video is going to be, it's more of a question to you. Has the S&P bottomed? The high of the day in the S&P came in just now at 1989.70. The low came in at 1981.80 earlier. And last, we're 1988.20, excuse me, we're down 1.5 handles. Total volume, now we've got 850,000 minis, but we had 230,000 of that traded in Globex, and we had 81,000 of that traded in the mini S&P spread. As you know, I told you guys yesterday, they officially started this roll, and on Thursday, that's going to be switch day. Now look, real quick, I want to talk about what happened here in the S&P just now. Now, when we sold off and made those lows, the S&P started to bounce around. It took out yesterday's 83.5 low and made that low down at 81.75. But you know what the problem is? The S&P couldn't gain any real footing, and it kept chopping back and forth, back and forth. But then a couple minutes ago, the S&P got hit by several buy imbalances. It started from 1983 quarter all the way up to 1987 even, and as that happened, all those the premium levels started to widen out, and thus we got some real actual buy programs. Now, the other part about it is that I want to talk about is when you get five out of the last 6 days down in the S&P, what happens is obviously you get sellers to come back in the market. Now, when those sellers reappear, what do you think they do? They put in buy stops, and that's why these programs are being done so easily today. Now, the question is, are we looking at the Pitbull's Thursday, Friday low right now? I don't know. I went out saying I think that we're very close to our low, and that that could be the case. But I also think that we've got 2 more full days. We've got the rest of today, and then we've got Thursday and Friday to make that decision. But personally, I'm long some futures, and I'm looking for a pullback, and I want to buy some September calls, some cheap calls. That's just my mindset here. But at the end of the day, I also want to talk about 2 last things real quick. One, the Mr. Top Step boot camp is going to crank, and I'll ask John to make sure to put up the URL for that. A lot of people flooding into that, and the way the new boot camp is set up, it's not like the old one where everybody flooded into one room. Now we've got separate rooms set up for Kathy, set up for Frank, set up for Jack, set up for Chicago Stop. So you'll get into the main room, you'll see the Mim, you'll see Marlon, you'll see me. But in addition to that, you'll be able to flip around and see what's going on in all these other rooms. And I don't think there's anything else like that in all of the trading community out there. Nobody else has got this technology. And then the other part I want to talk about real quick is Randall List. Look, I'm really excited about Randall, and I'm excited about going out to our old options people and getting them back. And I'm going to make them a very special offer. I'm going to pay for their entrance. If our old people that were in the old room that moved away from us unexpectedly, I'll say, decide that they want to come back, I'm personally going to pay your entrance fee for a month out of my own pocket. I swear to God, it's not going to be taken out of the bank account at Mr. Top Step. It's coming out of my wallet. Because you know what? I believe at the end of the day that trading's about learning what other people look at, not having people solicit your money to trade. And that's not what we're here about at MrTopStep.com. Anyways, I'm going to leave it like that. I hope to see you guys on Saturday. I'm going to be up and at 'em for that webinar, and I'm going to talk a little bit before Randall goes on. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys on the closing print.